Stay tuned and let's take a look at this retro Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today we continue to look at this Spider-Man vintage retro series with Peter Parker, the man himself. There is no Spider-Man without Peter Parker, and I am just as much as a fan of Peter Parker as I am his counterpart Spider-Man. There is not one without the other, and we have wanted a Peter Parker in street clothes without the outfit on for the longest time in Marvel Legends form, and finally we get one. We even get a little camera accessory, his little glasses, even though they look like goggles there, and we're getting that trademark sort of half mask, half Peter Parker face from the comics that sort of resembled his spider sense, which is a nice touch. Now it's on this vintage retro card, which I love so much, reminds me of watching that animated series as a kid, gives me the nostalgic feels. It makes it hard to open, but that is why I've brought two of these. One so I could open, because I need a Peter Parker on my shelf, and one so I can keep on card to display. So as I said, it looks great as it is with those accessories. On the back, you're getting a list of all the other figures in this wave. You're getting a little gimmick, which is a throwback to the Toy Biz packaging, and you get a little write-up in case you didn't know who your Peter Parker was. That says, Peter Parker is a college student and photojournalist who is secretly the amazing Spider-Man. Spoiler alert in case you didn't know that, but that is the case. So yeah, without further ado, let's get him open. So here we have Peter Parker out of the packaging, and again I didn't put him on the rotating base because it's a suited body. You know what to expect when you're buying this figure. You just want Peter Parker without the outfit so you can have him on your Spider-Verse shelf, which I like. He does come with the interchangeable head, so I'll zoom in and show you that, and he also comes with the camera accessory, which is a nice touch, as that's how I remember Peter Parker from the animated show. He was at college or university while he was working for the paper and J. Jonah Jameson and taking pictures of Spider-Man. That's how he made his living. But yeah, looking good. I like it. Not the biggest fan of these goggles, I'm not going to lie. I know that it's accurate to certain panels in the comics, but I just can't get my head around liking it. I would have rather just have no glasses, or at least glasses I could take off. There are eyes behind there, so maybe there's some mod in there we can do. But I like the simpleness of it. Shirt, jacket, trousers or chinos, and then some trainers. Looking good. Let's zoom in and have a closer look. So as I said, he comes with a camera accessory. It's all black with a little bit of silver for the flash. Nothing crazy, but it is a nice touch, as we all know Peter Parker is a photographer, and of course he comes with a nice grippy claw hand so you can fit this thick camera in there, and he holds it nice and tight, like it doesn't fall off, which is a nice touch. So you can get him casually holding it for the display, or I'm sure with some finessing you could get it up to the face, as there are hinges up and down in the wrist. But yeah, overall I like the look of this casual Peter Parker. What I don't like is, unfortunately, let me just move my camera up a little bit, is this head sculpt. Now, I get that there's certain comic panels where he's looking like he's wearing these big thick lenses and these goggles, but I don't understand why Hasbro couldn't have given us clear lenses. I think I would have preferred that, or making them removable, because these are stuck to the head, like they're actually stuck or glued in, maybe they're pegged in. There are eyes under there, as you can see. There's Peter. There you go, mate, you can see now. And again, like I would have liked that option to take them on and off, but Hasbro have glued them on there. Don't know why. Again, some people like it, but I would have preferred the glasses to be removable. But we do have an unmasked Peter Parker head that we can use for this body, which of course I'll show you in a minute, as I think that may be my preference for display. But yeah, it looks good. Again, while we're just looking at the figure, it's a nice casual outfit. Jacket, shirt. You can't take the jacket off because then it'd have the jacketed arms and just the blue shirt. Chinos or trousers. You do get the little gold for the belt there, and then he's got these nice white trainers on that you probably can't see because of my white background, but I don't know how he's keeping them so clean, wandering around in the sewers being Spider-Man. But yeah, this is looking nice. So let's check out this other interchangeable head. So there you go, there is the different head, and I really like this. This is definitely something that we've seen in the comics many times before, especially way back when in the day. They used this effect to sort of show off when Peter was getting his spider sense, or his spidey senses were tingling, and they had like these flares around his head as well, which I've seen some customizers do, which would be a nice effect piece for Hasbro to give us at some point. But yeah, there you go, there's Spider-Man there, and then there's Peter Parker there. So yeah, this could be the centerpiece of someone's Spider-Man shelf because yeah, it's a nice representation of Peter and his spider sense. Here's the Peter Parker head I was talking about a minute ago. This is the one without the glasses on. This is a very nice head sculpt for Peter Parker, and this will probably stay on this suit of body for me and be my Peter Parker on the shelf, holding his camera, looking very nice. Now this Peter Parker Unmasked head came in that Mary Jane 2-pack with this version of Spider-Man, if he's in focus there. So definitely a 2-pack worth picking up if you can still. I think it's pretty hard to get now. But yeah, this Peter Parker head is very nice and will probably be the head that I keep on this body. So here we have the brand new Retro Spider-Man. I have done a full review of this guy. Go and check it out on the channel or the playlist. And then here we have Peter Parker, and they stand at exactly the same height, which is perfect, as obviously this is Peter Parker. And yeah, this is really good. Like this a lot. I want to see if this head will pop on the retro body. I'm sure it will. So there you go, it does fit on there. I think the red is a little bit brighter than the figure, but again, I do think it will work. As I said, it's a gimmick head. It's meant to demonstrate him having his spider sense, and yeah, I think that works. I think it's better to be used on the Peter Parker body, of course, but if you wanted to use it on here, you could. So here we have Peter Parker compared to Stan Lee, the legend himself, as they share all the same parts, basically, apart from the head and the shoes. The trainers that Peter wears makes him so much easier to stand up compared to the suited body shoes that Stan Lee are wearing. I've had to literally nearly make him hold hands just so Stan Lee will stay up, as when he's not leaning against him, he just falls. It is so hard to get him to stand with these suited body shoes. So yeah, they share the exact same body, same jacket, shirt, trousers, bout, obviously just paint differences. This one seems a little bit thicker, so I don't know if there is a difference in mass, but either way, same body, just different shoes and head. Now this figure obviously didn't come with any interchangeable hands, but as you can see, I've now got some fists on Peter, so we could still fight while he's in street mode. And I got these fisted hands from this terrible Spider-Man figure. If you remember this guy, he come with all these hands. This guy is not even on my display. It just looks too out of place with its crazy colours. And yeah, but again, I've managed to steal the fisted hands off this body and use them on this Peter Parker, and they just plugged in. Not a problem at all. So yeah, there's a use for this terrible figure. Here's a quick comparison of Peter Parker with Sandman and Venom, and obviously make sure you stick around as I review the rest of this retro wave, as I will of course compare Peter Parker to all of the other figures. And just to show off this head one more time to sort of show his spider sense, that looks pretty good. So I'm sure the ACBA community are going to be able to use this head to its full advantage, as he definitely senses some danger. So there we have it. Final thoughts. This is a very nice figure. Look, let's be honest, we're not buying this for the most dramatic, dynamic character design or action figure. We're buying this to have a solid representation of Peter Parker on our shelves, and I do think this figure does the job. Yes, you may want to swap the head like I'm going to do, but still it's nice to get a casual looking Peter Parker with the camera for the display and for ACBA and all that good stuff. So yeah, you let me know what you think as always in the comments below. But if you want to see the rest of this retro vintage wave reviews, then check out the playlist or hundreds of other Marvel Legends reviews on my channel. So you know what to do. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. If you want to support the channel that little bit more, you can via Patreon. Links in the description below. But as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I will, of course, see you on the next one.